Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What am I saying? There ain't any ladies watching this, and there's probably not too many gentlemen either. Welcome, sweaty gamers, to Rome Total War Randomised. Here we are. This uses the Randomiser Mod, and let's just explore the campaign map first. So, one of my favourite factions, and probably the faction I'm now rooting for the first time ever, the Scythians, controlling most of the Roman world, and they've got some land in Illyria as well. We got the Scipii playing as the Greeks and the Macedonians in one. We got the Julii here playing as a tiny kingdom in Anatolia. We got the Gauls just to the south. Moving over here we have Macedon taking over the Seleucid Empire, and we have the Germans in Egypt. Hang on a minute, why is Carthage in the right location? This is all randomised, by the way, by a random generator. It just so happens that Carthage is Carthage, but I love it. We got Armenia down here, replacing Numidia. We got the Thracians in southern Iberia. Who's this here? Dacia. Then we got the Brutii, very interesting, very wraparound, and they also go up to Ireland as well. The Greek city-states in the British Isles and stretching down Gaul. The Seleucid Empire is playing the Republic of Genoa by the looks of things. We got Pontus, we got the Egyptians, we got the Iberians all the way in the mountains. We got the British up here playing the Nomads, and last and probably least, we have Parthia, playing as mostly the Germans. I've also noticed this as well. For some odd reason, the Scipii hold this settlement as well. And yeah, I am really looking forwards to seeing who is going to win. This is an AI-only campaign, my brand new series. Using the Rome Total War Randomiser mod, it randomises everything. Units, unit stats, whatever you want randomised, it can probably do it. Building stats as well. Now, I haven't gone with all of that, I have just gone with starting locations. So Scythia is still Scythia. Seleucids are still Seleucids, but different starting locations, and we're going to see, just testing with the AI, how is this going to affect their playstyle. Will factions play better? Will factions play worse? Let's find it out. And let's say if this video gets to 500 likes, I will know people are interested, and I will also do a tutorial guide on how to install and get this mod working, because it can be a little bit too complex with all the random settings, but yeah, I like it. If people are interested and they can show that interest, I will certainly cover it. And what is this? A Pontic fleet. All the way here. Where is Pontus? Alright, they're here. Right, that does kind of make sense, but still, they're a landlocked country. Alright, let's get this started. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a laugh. Let's go. Parthia and Pontus already making friends. That's good to see. Oh, and the Brutii are the faction to kick this off, already sending their Romans down south to take Corduba from Thrace, splitting them up into two. Is Thrace really going to be the first faction to die? They could be. The Brutii are off to a good start, a very aggressive start. I would hate to start near them. And we got the Scythians looking interested as well in the Seleucid Empire. Come on, Scythia. I know I hate you because of Missile Cav, but I do kind of want to see them do it, because, you know, they are the Romans, Scythian Romans. It's great to see the cultures change as well as the game goes through. These started off as Roman settlements, but now they've converted the culture over, and they're now nomadic settlements. I love that. That looks good. Having these little tiny huts as Rome. The AI expanding into the rebels now. It was Scythia who took Batavium, Pontus took Luvarum, and is that really what the settlement is called in game? There's no way that's the settlement's names. No way. Really? I don't recognise these. Maybe I'm just not used to seeing them in pink, that could be it. Weird. Let me know in the comments, I don't know. I'm not used to this part of the world, so I can't say for certain, but I don't know, they look so weird. And there we go, the final rebel settlement was eaten up by the Scythians. Mediolanum has fallen. They're slowly surrounding the Seleucids. Ooh. Although, by the way, Tarentum is their capital. Not Rome, it's Tarentum. Armenia and Carthage are now at war. We're going to see some battles here, I think, in the desert. But a bigger one, the Scipii and the Scythians are at war. And Scythia instantly move on in and put Apollonia under siege. This is a Roman campaign from Scythia, I'm liking it. Can the Scipii hold out though? They could just get reinforcements in time. Hopefully. Oh, who held on to this settlement? Either way, the Julii took it, Pergamon. Was it a Scipii settlement? I'll have to check. Yes, they are at war with the Scipii, so they took that from them. Well done, Julii. Although they have to be a bit wary of the Gauls. They definitely have the numbers. Apollonia still under siege. No reinforcements yet. Can the Scipii hold out? No, they cannot. Scythia swooped on down. Oh, but they have troops here to counteract it. They should be able to take it back eventually. But it's not looking good for the Scipii. Yeah, they're investing their troops up north. They're pushing for the Egyptians. That's why Scythia attacked, they saw the weakness. And they took it, so where they lose, they also make gains. Well done, the Scipii. But to be honest, this territory is much more valuable than this territory. Ooh, Parthia wanting some of Egypt as well. 2 settlements under siege in 1 turn. And there we go, Parthia took 1, and I believe Pontus has gone to war with the Egyptians as well. Yeah, everyone going for the Egyptians, and Egypt could be dead in a few turns. If the Scipii take this settlement, Parthia take this settlement, and it wouldn't be too difficult for the AI to move through the mountains and take this settlement. So yeah, Egypt could be the first faction to die. Oh, rip Macedon. The Gauls pushing into their land, taking Antioch. The Germans are here as well. They could be first to die. I really don't know at this point, but there's a lot of weak, crumbling factions in the early game, which is very good to see. Oh, the Brutii were having success down south, but the Greeks coming on in, taking Brittany from them. Yeah, cutting off Ireland even more. Well done to the Greek city-states, and the Brutii is a faction that you want to get rid of, because once they get their Marian reforms, same with Scipii and the Julii, they become incredibly powerful. So yeah, taking out the Brutii now, the Greeks doing that is a good move. Scythia's making a good move as well. But the Julii, they're just left to build up. Although they are the smallest power, it shouldn't be too bad. The Scipii trying to retake Apollonia. There's a lot of troops here. Scythia might just be able to hold on. They have reinforcements coming also. Egypt now down to the final 2 settlements. What are these diplomats doing? Scythia still holding on. But I did just get news that the Seleucid Empire and the Scythians are now at war. Can Scythia conquer the rest of Italy and secure themselves here? Or can the Seleucid Empire hold out and take it for themselves? Because Italy right now is very weak looking. But then again, so is the Seleucid Empire. The Scipii took it back and they're now heading north. But Scythia comes in with even more numbers. The Greek city-states have Lemon under siege. Scythia moves over to Arretium. That is a nice fort by Carthage. Well done to the AI there, that was impressive. For the AI to build a fort on a road, that is always worth a clap. Ooh, Egypt's final settlements under siege. This one by the Scipii and this one by the British. They want a piece of the dying Egypt as well. But some interesting wars have been declared. We have the Julii going for the Gauls, putting Sardis under siege. And if the Julii can get a good foothold in Anatolia, they are going to be a superpower, because eventually they're going to get their Marian reforms and just dominate the rest of the Middle East. And this land here, it is secure land, because the AI struggles to send troops across the water. So the Julii could be very powerful. The British had success in the north, and Egypt holding out with their final settlement. How long does it have left? I don't think it's that long. I think it's gonna fall very soon. The Iberians have gone to war with the Scipii. Interesting. So yeah, they have a very long border stretching all the way around here, and that's where they're attacking from. And Scythia goes to war with Pontus. Scythia is struggling a bit, I think. They're fighting the Seleucid Empire here, in the heartland of their Italian kingdom. They're also now fighting the Pontuses in the north, and they're fighting a big war against the Roman Greek Scipii as well. Lemon seems to have held out. Sardis fell to the Julii, but the Gauls put it under siege again. I think the Julii can hold on here. They should be okay. But they pull out of Egypt, and Egypt is still standing over the Parthians. That's a lot of troops by Parthia. Yeah, they could definitely take it. They could do a lot of damage to really any faction with those armies. Lemon under siege again, and I think this time the Greeks should surely take it. The British also going to war with the Scipii, but that doesn't matter for them. They're pushing on the Scythians, and they have taken Salona, taken parts of Illyria. Yeah, Scythia, they should have been such a massive power, but they got involved in too many wars, and it's now all falling apart on them. The Greeks pulled out of Lemon. Yeah, I don't know what all that's about. Weird, dumb AI, I guess. Scythia seems very interested in opening up another front, going to war with Carthage, maybe, to take Sicily. Alright, if I was Macedon right now, I would start to get a little concerned about all of these Germans. There's quite a few of them, and they're slowly surrounding the settlement, but they're not yet at war. The Greek city-states doesn't seem that interested in the Brutii right now. They're going for the smaller power of the Dacians. Wow, the Julii saving Macedon right now, because the Gauls, they were sending a lot of troops into Macedonian territory, but now they're having to pull them back because they are struggling over here. First, they lost Sardis, and now Halicarnassus is under Julii control. And these are all really valuable settlements as well. High population. The Scipii were really angry about the loss of Apollonia at the start of the game, and they're really heavily taking it out now on the Scythians, moving up to Segestica. Are we going to see a Scipii Italy? That could be interesting if the Scipii get in there. For once, they're not a joke in this campaign. And they took it, Illyria, now under Roman Scipii Greece control. Egypt still standing there looking fine. I keep checking up on them, but no one putting them under siege. Actually, by the looks of all these diplomats, it seems Egypt has founded the United Nations. Oh, I didn't even notice this. The Scipii, immediately after taking Segestica, put Patavium under siege. Now, Scythia should be able to get in there, but very aggressive move. And it would be interesting to see them take it. Alright, the Gauls, playing the Horde faction right now. They're abandoning their territory to the Julii, and they're just going all-out aggression, about to put Sidon under siege, about to take Palmyra as well. Oh, they lost. Ooh, that's not a good sign, and now they're gonna lose Tarsus. They've got enough troops, they should be fine, they'll survive a while. And I just read the Germans have gone to war with the Gauls. Yeah, that's probably why Macedon held out. The Germans helped them. Like, maybe these are German bodyguards defending Macedonian rights in the Middle East. I don't know why. Maybe we're seeing a very peaceful German barbarian kingdom this time around. I don't know. Patavium still under siege, and reinforcements coming in for the Scipii. Oh, they were pushed back, but they're heavily invested, I think they could take it. Lemon under siege again. Come on, Greeks. Surely this is enough troops. Apparently not. What they keep doing is they keep signing a ceasefire. So every turn they sign a ceasefire at the start of a turn, and then they go to war with the Brutii at the end of a turn. I don't know why. Maybe the AI is farming them for their money. I don't know, like demanding tribute every turn. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, dumb AI moves. Really, Brutii, you're building a fort there? Ah, well. Stupid Brutii. Tarsus has fallen to the Julii, but the Gauls, they seem to want it back. Yeah, they don't feel too comfortable being with only one settlement left. Or the Egyptian final settlement under siege by the Scipii. And if the Scipii were to fail, I think the Parthian leader of... yeah, I'm not going to pronounce his name, but he will swoop in and take it. A part of the world we haven't talked about that much, Dacia. Coming down south and taking Carthago Nova from the Thracians. And now Thrace, their final settlement here. Scalabis under siege by the Brutii. Who is going to die first? Is it going to be Thrace? Is it going to be Egypt? Or is it going to be Gauls? Funnily enough, all of these three factions, the weakest ones, will be destroyed more than likely by the Romans. Julii take out the Gauls, Scipii take out the Egyptians, Brutii take out Thrace. What a coincidence. The Greek city-states and the Brutii are at war. The Greek city-states and the Brutii are at war. Also Parthia and the British are at war. Scalabis still holding. The Egyptians still holding. Tarsus holding as well. The Julii pushed them back. And now the Macedonians going on the offensive. I think Parthia should be able to take that settlement there from the British. Oh, I didn't even notice this. Mediolanum has fallen to the Seleucid Empire and also Patavium to the Scipii. And the Scipii, they've got a lot of troops. They want the rest of Italy for themselves. And Scythia, a very weak power all of a sudden. That is sad to see. And Thrace was the first faction to get destroyed. The Brutii did it. They took Scalabis. Where are they going to go next? Are they going to focus on the Greeks or the Dacians? Scythia trying to make the comeback, putting Arretium under siege. Yeah, I think this is what Scythia needed. They needed to secure Italy first. You know, concentrate their forces into these choke points, rather than expanding out all the way down here and getting overextended. They're lost, but oh well. Poor Scythia. Ooh, Egypt heavily under siege there, and no one has taken it, although the Egyptians don't have that many troops. If anyone wants it, they can just walk in there and take it. They're trying again at Arretium. They lost, but they are trying again at Arretium. They lost, but they are trying again at Arretium. Okay, that time they gave it up. Well done to Carthage for taking Tinge here from Armenia. Yeah, because of the desert, this is always a very slow war, so this could take a while. But they are making progress, which is good to see. Oh, Lemon finally fell to the Greek city-states. They finally did it, and the Scipii getting a very strong foothold in northern Italy. And the Gauls incredibly weak at this point. The Julii about to put them under siege. Could they be the second faction to die out? It's looking highly likely. They try again at Arretium. They lost, and I don't think they have the troops or the care anymore. Because the Scipii are flooding in. Yeah, they want Italy for themselves. The Germans and the Carthaginians are at war. Is that? Yes, that is a German war. They're moving into Libya. Interesting. They could actually have the troops here to push up all the way north and take Carthage itself. Which, by the way, is Carthage's capital. So yeah, Carthage, their random generator was very accurate this time round. So yeah, Carthage was certainly the most accurate. Who was the most inaccurate? I think Scythian Roman Empire. Yeah, it's got to be them. Just seeing these tiny hut villages in Rome and Capua. over Egyptian Germans. I do kind of like that. Oh, the Gauls were destroyed. Now they shouldn't have been destroyed. The Julii took Antioch, but they also held Rhodes. Now the problem was, I guess, is they got regicided, where you lose all your family members. So yeah, rest in peace to the Gauls. They're out of it. They were the second faction to get destroyed, and again it was by Roman hands. And the Romans are not done yet. The Julii going to war with the Numidians in Pontus's territory. Meanwhile, the Scipii are really pulling their forces together, trying to get that break into Italy to retake Rome. Libya fell to the Germans, and they also continue to be Macedon's bodyguard. And the Greeks right now, and the Parthians, I think they're more just consolidating their power. And Egypt just clinging on right now, fighting for their own survival. Playing, I think, a diplomatic game. But anyway, this is going to have to end today's AI-only random Rome Total War campaign. I do hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, please do let me know, which faction do you think is going to win it? If I had to put money on it right now, I would have to say the Scipii. Yeah, I think the Scipii will have it, but, you know, it's always difficult to tell. Anyone could really take this. So yeah, I don't know when episodes for this series are going to be. They could be a little bit random at the start, but I'll try and keep them as frequent as I can. So please do subscribe to get notified of when the next ones are going to be. If you want to see more, please do share this series with anyone you think may be interested, or in a Discord server where people might be interested, or wherever you share stuff. It all really helps me out and tempts me to cover this even further. Who knows, I might even do some Let's Plays of this. I think it could be interesting playing as, you know, the Julii, but starting in some random location on the map. And I may also do other AI-onlys as well with this randomizer mod, because there's so much more potential with the randomizer. You can start everyone off with just one settlement. You can start them off with random units, so the Brutii could start off with urban cohorts. But those urban cohorts might be peasant level with their stats, but the Greek peasants, which they get on turn 1, right at the start of the game, might be urban cohort level stats. There's so much potential with this mod and with AI-only campaigns, so, you know, if the views are good, I'll know people are interested and I will cover it even more going forwards in the future. Mod will be linked in the description down below. If this video gets to 500 likes, I will do a tutorial guide for that mod. And I'll also do a brief tutorial into how to actually use it as well, like getting all the settings right and everything. I'm not the type of YouTuber who does that if we hit this many likes type of thing, but with this one, you know, I think it's necessary because I don't know how successful this is going to be. It's more of a little experiment of mine, so, you know, I've got to do that little test there to see. But anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed. I have been MELKOR, and until the next one, goodbye. Oh, rip Macedon, Antioch, swooping through. Oh, rip Macedon, the Gauls pushing into their land.